Gang. Day 12. Engaged. Let me know when you know that we're live. And if you guys are hearing this, man, I hope you guys are feeling good, having a good old day. As always, I appreciate you guys being here, and we got some interesting stuff to talk about today, man. Some really interesting stuff. So I'll wait till you guys till you're seeing this. I'll wait till you're seeing this, and then we will probably get right into it. For those wondering, I'm doing good. Still on track. Still doing the same stuff. Today was an active recovery day, so I was in the gym doing some very light deadlifts, very light core, and stretching, and then getting in the sauna. Cole Johnstone, hey Brandon, do you remember me? Yes, I do. How you doing, gang? Cole said, are you doing call-ins or is it just the guest today? We're going to do call-ins at the end of the show. I don't know if it's going to be 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes of our featured guest, but after that I'll take some calls. So if you guys are interested in calling in, we will get that opportunity at the end of the show. So, yeah, and if you guys were here early, I appreciate it. If you want to touch upon that like button, if you want to gently caress that like button, whisper at it, be sweet to it, I would appreciate that. If not, hey, I'm happy you're here. What up, gang? We got Road Jogan in the chat. We got DHM 420 in the chat. We are prime time right now. So I'm sure you guys all see the title of the stream, Surviving an Abusive Religious Cult. How about that? Woto said, what's the new counseling thing? I haven't checked in a while. Essentially just a call-in live stream show where people can call in, talk about their problems, seek advice. And I've been really open about what I'm going through. So, yeah, it's just a mutual guidance type of a thing. No way. Is that the real Ro Jogan? It is. It is the one and only Ro Jogan. Ro Jogan. But, yeah, I guess update. Still on them supplements. Still not sleeping that good. I'm able to eat a lot better, though. Anxiety, everything mellowing out. And, yeah, I'm cool, man. I'm super cool. I'm feeling really good. So I think without further ado, it looks like you guys are here with me and I'm here with you. Let's get right into our featured guest. Okay. Drag him in. Hello.
Hey, Brendan.
Hey, man. So yeah, obviously I know who you are, but we got to tell the chat who you are. So do you want to do a short little introduction for yourself?
Yeah, sure. My name's Eli. I had survived 8 long years in a religious cult, and just want to come on today and share my story. And I know it's a unique situation, but I feel like there's a lot of lessons to be learned. And one of my motivations for overcoming this was to eventually help people one day. So, yeah.
Man, 8 years in a religious cult. What age did you get kind of introduced to that? Or do you want to start at how you were susceptible to it, or where do you want to start? It's your story. I'll let you tell it.
No, I welcome the questions. The questions will help me arrange the story, because there's so much that there's so much that happened that it's kind of hard to like find a good starting spot. But no, age is a good starting spot. So yeah, I was 17 years old. So before I met the guy, the cult leader, we'll just call him Rich. I was a pretty average teen, I suppose. I was kind of depressed, sad. I had just broken up with my girlfriend, so I was kind of like already in like a susceptible spot to be indoctrinated. But I grew up in a religious family, not like a typical Christian background. So like, if anyone knows about denominations, we were in a charismatic branch of Christianity. So
what does that
speaking
mean?
so charismatic. So they believe in the one of the fundamental aspects of it is like the Holy Spirit, speaking in tongues, prophecy. So they really went heavy into like the supernatural aspect of Christianity, mystic aspects of Christianity. I grew up in the particular denomination I grew up in was a Foursquare church. So I kind of grew up in an environment where people were speaking in tongues, praying over you, laying their hands on you. Um, they would have like three different services a week. So one would be like it would be like literally 4 hours of just straight worship. They'd be playing worship music, and people would be just sitting in the dark, like praying and doing weird and crazy shit all the time. But that wasn't even the cult though. That was just the church I grew up in. But um,
So you grew
I
up in
don't.
the church, and then this guy that you met, this guy that got you into his cult. Because I guess for those people that are kind of curious, was there a name of the cult?
We didn't have a particular name, but after doing some research, I've come to find out that this his particular beliefs kind of align to more with the New Apostolic movement and there's a denomination called the Seven Mountains denomination. So they believe that Jesus won't come back unless Christianity conquers the seven mountains of culture. And I can't name them off the top of all of them off the top of my head, but like one of them's media, church, schools, politics. It's like a very totalitarian type of belief system, basically.
Mm-hmm. And how did you meet this gentleman? And do you want to say his name? The cult
Yeah,
leader,
yeah. Let's call him Rich. We'll just call him Rich right here.
Big Rich,
Big Rich.
Big Rich or Little Dick, as I like to call him.
Yeah, yeah. So, well, yeah, like I said, I was like kind of depressed, and I had gone to a church camp, and I had got basically like I don't know if anyone's kind of grown up in the Bible Belt in the 2000s, you kind of understand the whole church camp phenomenon where you go there and you get quote unquote fired up for God. And at this particular point in my life, I was really down, so like it was all very appealing because the pastor there was saying all the right things, like, oh, you just broke up with your girl, you need God in your life, you need Jesus in your life. So I was like, I needed some type of meaning because I was failing. I was like failing high school. I was just wasn't doing good. Like there was one point where I was like practicing being homeless in my patio. My dad caught me like practicing being homeless, and he was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Well, I'm not doing good in school, so I might as well start practicing." And he just kind of laughed it off, but I was like being completely serious. um, but so yeah, I went to church one day with my mom, and was sitting there, and this guy, I guess he had saw me there at the church. He was working at the coffee shop at the church because they had like a little coffee shop there. And not long after that, I had a friend that we were in a band with, and Rich had taken this friend to like a youth group conference in Dallas, and they had came back down to my house because me and this guy we were in a band together, and he walks in, he basically drops off my friend at the house, and that's when we first meet him. It was my mom and me, and he was like, "Hey, you guys want to I saw you at the at church, and God had told me that he wanted me to ask you if you wanted to join this TV program, this like a Christian youth TV program." And at that point, I had been praying, like in my personal life, I had been praying for like God to give me like a sense of meaning in my life. And so like literally a week later, this guy literally randomly comes walking through my door saying, "Hey, like there's an opportunity to do something for God." And I was like, "Holy shit!" Like, not I didn't say that, but I was like, "Wow, like that's crazy."
Yeah, you were looking
And
for
so
an
that's
opportunity, looking for meaning, and then along comes Lil Dick.
right. um, so that's how it started, and this guy basically started sinking his claws in right away. Like, um, he convinced me that God had told him that he was like my spiritual father. He basically started like replacing my own father in a lot of ways because my father's not mentally well, so he used a lot of those weaknesses my dad has as like a ploy to be like, well, your dad's demonically possessed, your dad's full of demons, and he's not listening to God, and God's telling you that I'm your spiritual father, and you gotta listen to me now, basically.
He told you your dad was filled with demons.
Yes.
When you heard that, were you like, did you offer any resistance on that, or were you just like, all right, I guess it makes sense?
I was just like, if you know anything about me and my family, we're kind of like naive, especially when I was like, my siblings. I have like three sisters because my sister, And my sister doesn't mind me talking about this because she wrote a book. But my sister Diana, she was involved with it too. But I just kind of, I just grew up believing that there was like spirits and demons. So I just had to believe him because it, like a lot of things were just lining up in my head. It was like, well, this guy, God sent this guy, and now this guy is saying this stuff. The best I can do is just listen to what God's telling me. And so I just thought listening to him was the right thing to do. So I just kind of started distancing myself from my dad. And yeah, it made me sad, but like in my head, I was thinking, well, if I pray hard enough, maybe my dad will be delivered from demons. But it was just a control tactic, basically, for him to separate us.
And I guess just to give some interesting background information to this Richard, this Dick fella, he used to have sex with gangster black men, and he believes that God saved him from his homosexual desires to have intercourse with gay gang members. So I think that's interesting to note.
Lord, man, he would tell us all the time. That was his like shtick. Like he would just be preaching to people like at Denny. Like his favorite thing was to go to Denny's and like preach to people. And he was like, yeah, like I used to be a very lustful person, and I used to be like homosexual, but God delivered me from that, and now I'm like straight. But like he obviously wasn't straight because every person he surrounded himself with were like young, handsome boys.
Mm, yeah. It reminds me of that that guy. I'm not gay anymore. I love women.
Bro, exactly, man. I'm not gays no more. Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
So yeah, little Dick starts turning you against your father, making you think your father is possessed by demons. What came after that?
So we don't really see him much. Maybe like every other weekend, we go to Houston Media Source, and I start interning at this TV station there. And we would have like Bible studies before and after. Um, but it was like a slow process, basically. So, and at this point, I never really had an adult in my life that kind of gave me that kind of one-on-one attention, like that kind of counsel before. So it was like it was a very controlling. What's the right word? I just never had that kind of person in my life before, so I just thought he was a legitimate friend and father figure at some point.
Yeah, you had a void
But
in your life, and you trusted him, and he comforted you, and yeah, you were vulnerable. Is it a vulnerable time for you, right?
100%, I was vulnerable. Um, but yeah, like I was interning at the TV station. I learned about live broadcast, operating live cameras, post editing. But we were filming on. I don't know. You probably wouldn't know this, but like the old DV cameras, we would film outside of the studio with DV cameras. So I learned how to like operate the tape decks and transfer the footage from the DV tapes to like CS3. I don't know what it was back then. It was an ancient Adobe Premiere. Um, so yeah, I learned how to do all that stuff, and in the meantime, though, he would show us photos of like he would tell us like stories about like how he used to be a sound engineer for like Beyonce's record label, and like he had some pictures to back it up because he had a picture with him and Eminem. He had a picture with him like on stage. Like this was like he had pictures of like 2002 of him when he was younger, like supposedly like on top of the world, and then he would tell us stories about how God told him to leave the sinful stuff behind. And so he told us like he sold his flat, he gave his car away, and then started pursuing God to become like a prophet because he believed God had made him like one of the last prophets in the end time, because like his whole shtick was like the end times are coming, like literally like his whole shtick is every year is going to be like the end. But so yeah, like that kind of like in my naive mind that kind of legitimized a lot of stuff. Like wow, like he used to work in these worldly industries, but now God has turned him around and he's going to do something crazy, and like God's going to come back and Jesus is returning, you know.
Mm-hmm.
um
So yeah, that's how he hooked you in. He made a doomsday scenario. He kind of fulfilled your desire to get into video production. Started slowly turning you against your father. What are some of the other things he started doing to you?
man, so when high school came, or when it came to graduate high school, he had convinced my mother not to put me in a college, or suggested, but to put me in this recovery program, because at this point he had convinced my mom to leave my dad. So I finished high school in Humboldt instead of Houston. So he was successful in separating my mom from my dad. So, so me, my sister, and my brother all moved to Humboldt, and so I went to that high school over there. And when I graduated, instead of going to the college, I basically moved into like this warehouse. Like imagine like a warehouse facility, and one of the buildings would probably be like purpose for like a mechanic shop, except we repurposed it for a church. So I spent the summer putting up drywall, putting up walls, doing electrical work, and this was like the first instance where I saw Richard like kind of not act like the happy-go-lucky person, because we weren't working fast enough, and he was stressed about money, so he got really pissed at us. Like, you guys, like this is him quoting like you guys aren't working fast enough. Like God's not happy right now. Like you guys are messing up, because like one of the things he had promised me was like teach me how to drive, because I didn't know how to drive. So I kept asking him about it, and he got really angry and was like, "Well, how come the drywall's not up yet?" And all this and that. And I was like it was like the first time I saw him like in a kind of, I'm not doing it justice with this, but like he got really angry, like really mad. And maybe my mind's trying to block it out because of how like crazy traumatic it got. But
Yeah.
um
I think that's always a good sign, though, whenever somebody wants you to do something and they say, God's mad you're not doing this. Like, my girlfriend wouldn't make me a sandwich the other day, and I was like, God is God holds you in contempt. But yeah, so in this place, describe your sleeping conditions.
bro, man, I have a picture, man. I like I have a picture that I guess Richard had been taken, but like I was like sleeping in a mattress in the middle of like a warehouse. And for whatever reason, he felt the need to take a picture of that. But I have it on my computer. He has no idea that I have all these pictures and videos from the cult. But I have that particular picture, and yeah, I was just literally living in a warehouse, and building this church out for this guy. Me, my brother, and my sister.
Mm. So
Um,
what came next? You're living in this warehouse. You're doing this guy's bidding. He's holding God over your head, saying everything that he wants you to do, God wants you to do.
he basically also married my sister. Basically, like he thought God was telling him to like marry my sister, so he had married my sister. So that was like a whole nother problem that was going on at the time, because this dude was gay and wouldn't sleep with her, but wanted to like adopt a kid, and she was like young and fertile.
Mm.
She was like 20, like like 27 or whatever. And it's like, you want a kid, but you want to adopt one from Honduras. It was like,
Ugh.
yeah,
That's making me think bad things there, dude. What a sick fucking freak. So he gets your parents to get divorced. He makes you move into a warehouse where you're sleeping in a very uncomfortable position. You're working around the clock for him, and then he decides, "Hey, I'm gonna start marrying this guy's sister and not having sex with her."
yeah.
And what are you thinking? Are red flags starting to go off, or are you kind of still like, that's just little dick, man?
Well, like you got to think of like the whole mindset of like, because we were reading the Bible all the time. So like when like in the Bible verses where Jesus says to live penniless, to to forgive and forget, like it was so easy to kind of like dismiss and push back any kind of weird and wrong actions on a daily basis, because that's what like Jesus commanded us to do. So that was my mindset, and previously, I will say too, previously, before I had left my mom's house, I was reading this book called like King David and Saul. Like it was basically about like how um King Saul was like anointed by God, but David was going to be the new king, but King David still had to respect King Saul's anointing, so that's why he didn't kill him. So like even though King Saul was a terrible person, he wasn't allowed to like kill him or rebuttal.
And this is
So
this is
like,
this is King David of Israel, not David Barksdale, King David of the Black Disciples.
I guess not. No, I don't know. I don't know what that is, um, no, yeah. So like, that book kind of like just reframed my perspective in an unhealthy way because I thought, well, Richard's anointed by God, so like it's my job as like his like disciple to like forgive and forget because God's gonna make everything better eventually, basically. But
Damn.
yeah, yeah, I know it's like I thought I was like doing like I was really 100% into it because I was like so depressed and suicidal, and I thought I had no meaning in my life, and then God, my prayers were answered with this guy coming along and bringing meaning into my life. So I was like, my mindset was, I'm gonna give 100. I'm gonna give this. I'm gonna give my 100% of myself to this
Mm-hmm.
to the best I can. And that was really my mindset and why I stuck around for so long. Because I was honestly, I was the last person to leave besides this other guy.
Yeah. Well, let's break it down. So he's marrying your sister. You're living in this warehouse. There's a bunch of other people with you. Your parents are now divorced. What are some of the other things he starts to do?
So at one point, um, he tells us like we're all kind of like starting to get like stressed out and for money and stuff like that. So, um, he has a bright idea to that God is telling him to move into a more expensive building in an act of faith. So we moved from that building into another building, and at this point we have several other people join us, um, people my age. Um, he gets a oh man, I wonder if I'm getting this term right. It's like Texas, a TDCJ, TDCJ. Yeah, Texas Department of Criminal Justice. Yeah, he somehow manages to finesse a Texas Department of Criminal Justice like credential for like juveniles, delinquents. So he registered his church as like a place for people to come get um uh basically rehabilitated.
So he's targeting drug addicts now.
Yeah, but so we got like a couple of guys. So basically it turned in from like a we were trying to do like a normal church, but obviously nobody would show up, so it was just us. So he got this thing, and so the church turned into like a rehabilitation like center, and it was like probably max 10 people. That's where I met a couple of some of my current friends that we're still friends today, but um I'm just not gonna say their names. But
Yeah, you're good. Internet. So,
uh,
and
yeah.
if I recall, at what point did the siphoning of your money come into play?
Oh Lord, I forgot about that, man. That's a big part of it. Right away, man. So like when I was still back in the first building, I started working at Starbucks. And so I was giving him 60% of my check before taxes. So I basically had like probably $20 a week to live off of. My dental hygiene started suffering. I wasn't eating a whole lot because, I had to pay for my own food. Um, we had to like shower in the sink, and like during the winter it was like freezing, so I didn't really shower much. So I had like a layer of filth on my body most of the time while working at Starbucks. Um,
Jesus, man. So let's break this down one more time. You have to shower in a sink. You're sleeping essentially on the floor in a warehouse. He's made your parents get divorced. He's married your sister. He's taking 60% of all your income. I mean,
Penniless.
what do you what are you thinking at that time? It's still just this is what I need to do. This is what God's telling me to do, and Richard is my savior. Essentially, that's just kind of in your head repeating.
So I just thought I was doing what Jesus wanted. Like I was doing the thing other people weren't willing to do. I was living penniless. I was being completely selfless, as Jesus like asked in the Bible. Like I was just doing the I was just doing what I thought was my meaning in life, basically, which was so like I kind of skipped the aspect of it. So basically, Richard had basically told me that God had told him that I was going to be one of the last prophets in the end times. So he was like grooming me to be like this last prophet in the world to like help bring the rapture, essentially.
Yeah.
So yeah, as crazy as that sounds.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
All right. So then, I guess, is there anything else you need to fill in before we get to the when the tide started to turn?
Just like a lot of like when it comes to like loss, like you got to think, man. Like I was 17, so I went in when I was like went in full force at 19. Like a lot of my like most productive years were gone to waste. Like I've had people like I would say like work. Starbucks was basically like my only periscope into the world, like seeing how the world was outside. And man, I'm trying to find like a good transition point because there's a lot. Um, but man, yeah, there's like I said, there's so much to cover. I don't know if I should even cover a lot of that personal stuff.
No, I don't think so. So
I mean,
we're about 26 minutes, and I would say if there's any other pertinent information that would kind of just emphasize the cruelty that he did to you and the manipulative tactics that he did to you. If not, I think we should just get on to how you opened your eyes up to the whole thing.
got you. I got you. Okay, so yeah, um, no, he just used like sleep deprivation. He would scream at us. There was like one point where we had this thing called the chair. So we were basic like this is us and like this is me and like nine other people my age. We were like 23, like 20 to 23. We would have to basically wake up at 7 o'clock. We would have to pray for an hour. If one of us was caught sleeping, we would have to write it down on a slip. If one of us was caught not reading the Bible during Bible time, we would have to write it down on a slip. We were basically like it was like the thing. We were all just kind of watching each other, like for like fuck ups. And then every Tuesday we had this thing called the chair, and so we would each person would get sit down on the chair, and then everyone would basically berate this person for not like for sinning and not following God's instructions to get better. At one point, like I mean, we were like just young people. We were like we couldn't. It was like a very traumatic environment, so a lot of us were just not following the rules. And he got frustrated and was like, why are you guys like sinning? You guys keep on letting Satan into this ministry. Like you guys I know you guys like one of the craziest thing he said is like I know you guys are masturbating in that restroom over there.
Ooh, shit, boy, he probably had them cameras up there cranking his old dick
Bro, he had cameras and that's crazy you said that because he had installed cameras to watch us during like this whole thing too.
on King David, boy.
Um but yeah, at one
So
point
he really looked at you and said, "I know what you're doing with your pecker in that bathroom."
he got like livid. He was like, you guys keep on doing these lustful acts and God's telling you not to masturbate and you're still doing it. And it's funny, but at the same time, if you're in it, it's extremely
Yeah,
traumatic.
I don't mean to be insensitive. I'm sure it's like
No, no,
crazy.
no.
Well, when he says that to you, I mean, what's your response? Like, I'm just trying to
I was just,
imagine that. Like, I know you're
it
beating
was just
off. Sorry.
no, it's okay. It was just like it was kind of traumatic because like that's just a one-on-one thing with yourself and like the more you feel guilty about something, the more you feel like you're fucking up about it. It's when you slip up again, like the worse you feel. And so now like you're in your private corners praying to God, like, why am I horny all the time? Like, why, you know what I mean?
Oh shit.
Why do I want to why do I want to have this girlfriend? This girl at work wants to like date me and I can't date her because the first thing we're gonna do is have sex. Like you start having all these crazy thoughts, and then you have this like big burly guy like saying, "I know you're masturbating in there. God's telling me." And then you're like, "Oh my God, he's a prophet because he knows I'm masturbating in there." And it's just you're just young and naive and don't know that you're. Of course, young dudes are masturbating, dude. Like it is what it is, like. But no, like one to wrap up that little thing. He had threw like a glass cup on the ground and there was glass all over the ground, and he had singled me out after the chair, and he was like, you're supposed to be like the one like leading these people, and you keep on. I know you're not praying and you're letting Satan talk to you. Go in the corner and pray because you're about to lose your calling in life. And so I got up and I had to like walk through the glass, and I walked through the glass and I sat in the corner, and I was like praying, but I wasn't praying for like forgiveness. I was like asking God to kill me basically. I was like, I want to ask for forgiveness now, and I want you to smite me so I can go to heaven because I don't think I can pull off I'm gonna go to hell if I keep living because I can't do shit right, basically. So that was like one of the turning points.
Damn, did you feel
In
like the devil was in your loins?
bro, I don't know.
No, because like if
I was
someone's
just not-
telling me that I'm evil for masturbating, not that masturbation is a good thing to always engage in, but I mean, you believe that's an evil act, and that like the devil is beckoning you to touch on your thing.
it's just like a whole nother dynamic, bro. Yeah, yeah, there's like studies that say masturbating all the time is not good, but just imagine adding like a whole nother supernatural element to it, bro. It's like mental torment.
Mm-hmm.
But
Jeez, man. So you had the sexual shame, terrible living
exactly.
conditions, your hygiene is suffering, you're working full time, for nothing. I mean, what's your mom and dad and sister saying about all this?
My dad basically was separated from us and was doing his own little thing, and my mom was a part of it. So like she would come to the services on Friday and Saturday and Sunday. So she was just there, and then my sister, of course, would um, she was a part of it too. But like every sermon, every time he did a sermon, he wouldn't do like a sermon. He would just basically like talk shit about us, but like indirectly. So like there was a long period of time to where he was every sermon was basically about my sister, and my sister just had to sit there and cry and take it. And it was like it was torture seeing my sister like so mentally beaten down all the time. But
Yeah,
yeah.
because she just wants to get some love, and be cared about, and get pregnant. I'm sure. And this dude's talking about boys masturbation.
Well, he would say he would always preach about that one queen in the Bible, Jezebel, and then he would like there's a Jezebel spirit coming in the church, and the women in this church need to get right because they're letting the Jezebel spirit come in and take control. And he was just like he was psychotic, man. Like he was like schizophrenic and psychotic, bro. Like I'm not. I honestly think he believed everything. But he's just like he was just narcissistic and
Hmm.
like psychotic.
Um, so yeah, let's are there any key factors you're missing as far as like the buildup of it all?
Hmm.
So all this stuff is happening slowly. His following begins to plateau, and then dribble downward, right?
Right. So yeah,
So let's
at
talk
one.
about the downfall. How did it start to turn on our good pal Little Dick?
So, one of my good friends, um, he's a good friend now, but at the time he had convinced one of the other members to leave. So he left, and this guy was like an instrumental figure in the amongst the youth in the church. So when he left, Richard started getting more paranoid and saying like, oh, they're gonna call us a cult, and they're gonna speak against us, and they're gonna hinder God's will on the earth. And so when he left, this one family that was coming to church stopped coming because one of the girls that was in the program got kicked out for like accidentally buying a magazine for some dumb reason. So like she blew the whistle and a lot of stuff. So like several other members had left, and it had dwindled down to just me and this other guy. So just meet two guys in the group for like maybe 3 years, and
Wait,
then he.
what?
Oh,
You
sorry.
It dwindled down to just you and two other people for 3 whole years?
Yeah, yeah. So it's just me.
What was the max
Um,
numbers? What was the max number like prior to that?
so there was like maybe a total of 15 people in this church at one point.
Okay. And then they started realizing that this guy is something else.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, my my mom was like the second to last person. Like, I was the last person to leave, and she was like um second to last. My brother was third to last. They both got kicked out.
And I imagine when you're in such a Stockholm syndrome mentality, as people are leaving, does that almost just strengthen your faith, and make you think like, damn, I'm the only one that gets it?
Yeah, I mean, like, well, at this point, I was like very tormented psychologically because a lot of opportunities had passed me up, and I just felt like a failure. I felt like I wasn't fulfilling God's destiny for my life, so I was just kind of numb and just living life in the cult for a while because when it just dwindled down to me, like he wasn't around much. I was living at this other guy's house who was like supposed to be like the co-pastor, and so yeah, like him being away from me like allowed me to like start like deprogramming
Mm-hmm.
because the more I hung out with people, the more because I started running a lot too. The more I spent away, the more I like things started like clicking. And for me, what the catalyst for me leaving was um one day like it was just me and um the pastor, and we were waiting for Richard to get home from like this missions trip. And that previous earlier that day I had gotten home from Starbucks, and it was like a particularly hot day, and I saw like a salamander in the driveway, and it was like chilling underneath the car, like chilling in the shade. And later that night, Richard basically like busts through the door, like screaming and yelling, like, "You guys aren't praying enough. You guys are letting Satan in here. I just saw a snake manifest in the driveway." And then I went out there, and it wasn't a snake. It was that same salamander that I had saw like hours before. And when I came back inside, I just see Richard on the couch, like sweating, and his eyes were like vibrating in his head. It was weird. And that particular moment, I realized there's something wrong with him. Because like I know this sounds like kind of like crazy, but prior to this, I really had no knowledge of what mental health was. Like just wasn't a topic in our house. It wasn't really like talked about at all. And obviously in a charismatic setting, like they don't believe in mental health. They just believe in you're possessed by demons or not. So
So
when
if, if
I
you're if you're sad, you have demons, and if not, then you're good.
yeah,
And
100%.
and
Like
that
if
damn.
you're depressed, then a demonic spirit is oppressing you. If you're sad, if you're feeling lustful, then a lustful demon is controlling you. Like it's all like spiritual schizophrenic stuff, man.
Jesus.
But
So in that moment
yeah,
when you saw that salamander and you knew for a fact like, hey, this guy's full of shit and he's lying. You looked at him and did he seem evil in that moment, or what did he seem like?
he just seemed like panicked, like he was pale. His eyes were shaking in his head. He was like sitting on the couch, like he looked terrified. And I was like, "What the hell is going?" Like it was like a veil was lifted. I was like, "What the hell am I looking at right now?" Because I know for sure that's not a fucking snake. And I just thought to myself, it was like a weird like unction in me, like I got to get away from here. But it wasn't. It was like almost like in denial too. So I had to like come up with like a way to like justify me leaving. So that a week later, I basically told Richard like I feel like God is telling me that I'm holding you back from your calling, and I got to leave the ministry. And when I do, God's gonna send you to great places. And like his tone, like before that, he was very cold and like demeaning. But when I had told him that, his like tone changed. He like turned back to the same person I met back in like 2000. This was like 2016, but when I met him in 2008, like he turned to like that same person back I had met in 2008, like really kind, like cool, like, oh, let's go grab a bite to eat.
Kind
And
of good cop bad cop routine a little bit
yeah, it was kind of crazy to
within
like
himself.
I didn't really have any like words to define what was happening in that moment in my head, so it was just kind of observations, like wordless observations in my head, like, wow, this is not good, basically. So yeah, I had left and I went to go live with my good friend. If anyone follows Instagram pages, there's a guy who runs a page called Dark Iron Gains. I went to go live
Yes.
with him, um, and started my process of de. I don't know what the word is. Healing, healing, deprogramming,
Decultifying, yeah, deprogramming.
decultifying.
So
Um,
the turning point was literally just him telling you a lie about a snake, and you kind of just seeing through. Finally, it was like the straw that broke the camel's back, seeing through this guy's bullshit.
right, because like I don't know why, like I just felt the need to go look, because like I was like I swear I saw a salamander, so I went to go look, and it was a salamander.
Hmm. Can I show a picture of this guy's fucked up face?
Yeah, go ahead, man. Like,
And what do I type in?
let me see. Let me see, because I wonder if I can just send it to you on Discord. Or send you a picture on Discord.
Yeah, if you want to.
Let me
This
see
guy, I
here.
want to, dude. I really would love to. I'd love to talk to this guy face to face. That would just be awesome. I'd love to shake his hand. I want to shake your hand. I want to shake. I want to. I want to shake this guy's hand. Really badly, really badly. So yeah, I guess while you're looking for that photo, once you got out and you started hanging out with Dark Iron Gaines, who's a super cool guy, did that coming back to reality phase? Were you just realizing how fucked up everything had been in the past 8 years?
Yeah, so like I didn't really know what cults were, and I was like working at this assembly job, and I just was on YouTube, and I just kind of went down a rabbit hole of cults, and then I slowly started realizing that like wow, like I was in a cult this whole time. Like my heart dropped, and I got really depressed and really like really suicidal for a little bit. But that's like a whole nother, it's a whole nother story. But I will say though, like one of the when it comes to like trauma and going through like a lot of stuff, um, that's kind of hard to process. One of the best things that I did was recontextualize my time. So all those years learning media stuff, filming, editing, I decided not to let those years go to waste and be stolen. So I turned that back around, and I had applied for working at Johnny. I don't know if anyone knows like celebrity jewelers. Johnny Dang's probably like next to number one. But I applied for his position, YouTube editor, and I got that job. And part of that for me was going to go see what was actually happening in the music industry, because all I had was context from Richard, like saying like, oh, they're doing demonic rituals and everyone there is crazy, and they're just normal people buying jewelry. You know, like I would see like rappers all the time that like I saw Floyd Mayweather a couple of times, Maxo Cream, Paul Wall, a lot of the Houston guys. Just like I saw firsthand all these people that he claimed to like be around, because like I had to go see for myself basically. And so yeah, I was able to turn those twofold reason. I was able to turn that skill that I'd learned around to benefit myself and my family. And yeah, and then I don't know if you saw the picture I sent. I sent the picture.
Yeah, let me check. Let me check. This guy, dude. I already know what he looks like, but I want chat. You got a better picture of his actual face?
That was
This guy right here. So this is Big Rich or Little Dick, and he is responsible for 8 years of religious brainwashing and tricking people to do his bidding as he broke up a marriage, married his sister.
but I'm gonna send this picture real quick.
Big Rich is not cold ass writing, okay? Just for the
That's me and
record.
my sister.
Wow, did you? I don't feel comfortable showing that photo.
That's funny.
I'll save you. I'll save you on that one.
I look dumb. I look
All right,
pretty
so yeah,
dumb.
as far as you're recontextualizing your trauma, you use the skills that you had built in the cult, and instead of like running from that and hiding from that, you kind of doubled down and got back into your passion, and that resulted in you working for the one and only Johnny Dang.
Right. So yeah, it was kind of a catharsis in a way to see the truth about things and for myself. And I don't know if anyone listening that's gone through any kind of crazy trauma. I think it's good to realize that your loss doesn't have to be a loss. You can recontextualize and turn it to a positive.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's the biggest message I would have to say.
And I guess there's still people out here that are hanging around with Little Dick, right?
Yeah, he's like mostly online now, and he has like a small congregation in Galveston of old people that he just finesses money from, and all the stuff is mostly online now. He doesn't have like a physical church. But yeah.
Damn, dude. Yeah, we got to make a video about this guy, definitely. So, But yeah, I guess is there any closing statements that you want to give about the cult, the experience, or just anything about that?
Yeah, man, I would say I don't know if you said this in the beginning, but I'm one of your video editors now, and this has been a crazy journey, and I feel like like one of my childhood dreams with all my friends was to be on YouTube, and now that I'm actually doing that in a way in my adult life, but it's kind of crazy to be able to fulfill a little bit of that and overcome a lot of these traumas and life altering happenstances, I suppose.
Yeah, man, and I know this has been really hard for you to talk about and stuff, and I commend you for having the fucking courage to come on here and tell the world, man. And I think it would be really good to for us to work on a full length documentary about this guy, what he did, and then eventually confront him in real life, because I mean this guy's completely fucked up.
Absolutely, yeah, and
I think
everyone's down to be on it. My sister wrote a book about it, so that would be good.
yeah. Would you like to share the name of your sister's book?
So her book is Red Flag, by Diana. She's gonna hate me, but I cannot pronounce her last name. It's a married last name. um,
Iraheta?
yes, that's it.
Diana Iraheta. Red Flag: A True Story of Spiritual Abuse and the Lessons Learned. I have not read this, but it sounds crazy interesting from all you've told me, man. So, but yeah,
For sure.
I appreciate you coming on and sharing your story. And yeah, I guess any last words?
Um, just that if I hope my experience was helpful for anyone out there who's maybe gone through similar controlling groups, because it doesn't have to be just a church; it can be any kind of controlling group. Um, there's always a way out, and there's always a way to overcome your traumas and your pains in the world. And yeah, that's it. That's my message.
Yeah, and if anybody in chat would like to, just thank Eli for coming on and wish him well, and thank him for sharing his story, I'm sure he would really appreciate that. And another thing to think about is Eli went through all this stuff, and then now he is, worked with me, worked with Johnny Dang, worked with Mike Mills of the Closet, That Mexican OT, Auditory, a bunch of people, man. So I feel like no matter how bad it gets in life, you can always go on to achieve the things you want to achieve.
100%.
So, but yeah, thank you so much, Eli. I appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you, Brandon.
All right, peace.
Bye.
Chat, is the audio completely fucked up? Because I see people saying that the audio is bad. What's going on? The audio is fucked or just me? No, it's good. It looks like the audio, something severe has happened to the audio, because we just lost like 80 people in a second. Sibilance. The audio's fine. Well, I don't know. It froze, then lagged for a second. Damn, dude. Damn. Well, I hope that story reached your ears, man, because it's a powerful one. What do you guys think, Chad? Do you guys think that? Do you guys think I should make a video about this guy with Eli and then go confront him? What's your take on that? Should we go get this guy? Just imagine if I can. I mean, hopefully this won't get back to him. But imagine if I can go holler at Lil Dick, and he can bring me in, and I can be like, "Oh man, tell me, God's told me I should speak to you. I'm so sad. Like, can you help me?" And then just kind of get him to say all the fucked up shit that he says to people, and then eventually confront him. And yeah, cult catchers, that would be good. That will be good. Yeah, Reckless Ben would be a good one to do it with, man. I know Reckless Ben does some good content about that. So yeah, maybe we'll do that. Maybe we will do that. Well, I guess before we take any callers, you guys, does chat have any questions for me before we transition to taking some callers? How's chat feeling? What's going on? Any questions, comments, concerns? Anything you'd like to have me address? Anything you'd like me to look at? As I've said before, I'm going to need you to absolutely violate and devastate and just demonstrate how much you care to the like button. If you guys are fired up about anything or fired down about anything, you can take it out on that like button. You could grab it and you could squeeze it, you could kiss it, you could touch it, you could throw it away, and you could stomp on it. Gare Bear Do It Clap, it does not. Is there a streaming schedule? 6:30 p.m. every day for the past 12 days in a row. That would be the streaming schedule. How are you feeling, Brandon? I'm feeling good. I'm fired up about how amazing the video was. Gang. For those wondering, the Juggalo video, it is exporting right now. The Patreon cut to the Juggalo video is exporting right now, and it will be uploading to the Extended Cuts channel overnight. So tomorrow, we should have that Juggalo extended cut. And I warn you, it is not my finest moment. It is not my finest moment, man. But yeah, you'll see. You'll see when that comes. I hope you guys enjoy it for what it's worth. It's some of the last footage with Donovan Crypt Daddy that we had. Rest in peace. I love that guy. We had a good time. So yeah, that's pretty much that as far as what I have to say. Swag. Let's take some callers, unless chat wants to say anything else. I'm looking at you, chat. Looking at you. Jacob Roberts said, my negative self-talk is affecting my success in my career. Any tips? I'm not bad at what I do, but feel like I am. Yeah, I think the way to fight negative self-talk is to write down all the negative things that you're saying about yourself, get them on paper, look at them, ask yourself if you'd say them to other people, think if they're logical, and then probably rip them up, throw them away, and then do some positive affirmations, try to think of some good things to say, man. Because I think it's easy to get caught in that loop of negative self-talk. Cygoat with the $10 said, first time catching you live. I hope you weren't offended by my long-ass furry comment on your last furry video. You'd asked for paragraphs, and I was verbose. Love your content. No, I wasn't offended, man. Look, if I looked through my comments or looked through my DMs and was able to be offended at this point, I mean, it would be everyday misery. I've already been through that, dude. I've already been through it's a fine line with social media, man. If you care what people say too much, it will absolutely destroy you. And if you don't care at all, then I guess that would kind of make you like a narcissist. So I just try to look at it very, I don't know. I don't want to say indifferent, but I can't put too much weight on what everyone thinks, man, because the human brain is not meant to take in all these opinions. And I mean, there's people that will message me every day, day after day, just trying to say the most upsetting shit that they could possibly say. So when you have that constant like spiritual attack on you, I mean, how can I really care about all this stuff? And also, I kind of liken it with some of the hate comments, man. If I drive past a playground of mentally handicapped children, they don't have to be mentally handicapped, but I like to imagine they are. If I drive past that playground and they all yell, "You suck, kill yourself, rapist, pedophile, kill yourself," I'm not gonna stop and have a conversation with them. I'm gonna be like, "Huh, look at those fucking morons." Yeah, you get it. Whatever. Any good advice on regulating weed use? My advice to regulate weed use would be quit cold turkey, quit immediately if you think you need to. If you can't quit immediately, then start to wean off. And the only way you can wean off is if you know how much you are consuming. So I would start monitoring how much marijuana you're consuming and then start a planned schedule of weaning off. I liked to just go cold turkey. But if weed works for you, man, and it's serving you well and it's making your life good, I think there's nothing wrong with it. If you like it. If you don't like it, it's probably not going to start making you any happier. Probably just going to continue to suck you down. Hey, Brandon, been watching you for a while. You're awesome. Let me ask you a question. I've been depressed as fuck recently. No motivation to live. Can you tell me some good things about life? Man, life is beautiful. I think some good stuff about life. We are able to do so much, man. We're able to see so many different things and talk to so many different people, and you really do have the capability of of going any direction. I think life feels its most miserable when you feel like there's no hope, or you feel like there's nowhere to go, or there's nothing to do. When you feel like things are negative. I think life is really good when you're viewing things in a positive light. I know that's obvious, but what's good about life? Man, you can build your body up. You can get stronger. You can get faster. You can get more flexible. You can get involved in any sport, skill building. There's so many different skills that you can get involved in. Any kind of art, like pretty much anything that you're interested in doing, you can just put time into and start to learn and improve. If there's a community that you're interested in, you can get involved in that. Like I think the thing about life is the only thing that's going to hold you back is yourself. So I think life really feels like it sucks when you're holding yourself back. Of course, there could be some stuff going on that make life miserable, but I think it's beautiful going outside, breathing the fresh air. The sun's awesome. Nature fucking rules. Plants, hiking, rivers, waterfalls, and that stuff's fucking cool. It's nice to be able to make money and and like the process of saving money and going places if you want to. I know it can be hard, but I mean you can travel to all different kinds of places. You can go to different conventions, talk to different people. You can I don't know. I know I'm rambling, but yeah, life is good if you let it be, I think. I'm also pretty tired, so I don't know if that was just completely fucking stupid or not, but that might have been okay. Saigo with another $10. Thank you, Saigo. I don't think I was offensive at all. I was genuinely trying to educate you on what I think happened at Anthrocon, since I've been an attendee in the past as a furry, but I got some hate from others. Yeah, man, I'm not surprised if you comment on something and it gets a bunch of attention. A lot of it's going to be hate just in general, I think. But yeah, thanks for commenting, and thanks for donating, Saigo, and thanks for trying to educate me with the furry thing. I appreciate it. My furry fans, man. Mr. Dick Johnson said, "You're the master of your own freaking destiny, Jacob. Chase your dreams, brother." Yeah, Jacob, what do you want to do, man? Think about it. What do you want to do? Jacob said, also, I said toking, never said anything about an edible at night. We're just... All right, I'm going to take a caller. Gang. Are we ready to rock, Mustafa?
Yes, sir.
Cool. Soul, my friend.
Yo, what's good, man?
What's up, gang set, bang set? How you doing?
Doing great, dude.
So yeah,
Fucking crazy stream today, man.
yeah, dude. Eli's story is pretty wild, but yeah, tell me a little bit about yourself, man. What's going on with you?
Ah, man, dude, I'm doing good. I really can't complain. I just got fired, actually.
When?
Just recently. It was like this office job. They're doing like kind of like an ownership dispute. Two owners, one's trying to buy out the other. So they just kind of laid everybody off, and it is what it is, man. Fuck it.
Okay, so I mean, how do you feel about getting fired from your job?
Um, I'm kind of the person that can just like walk away from it and just like keep moving.
Hell yeah.
I always know that like at the end of the day, like there's gonna be something new, you know. I'm still young, so it's not an issue.
Hell yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's
So
true. Always time to change careers, change lanes, and change jobs for sure.
absolutely, man. You never know what the next job's gonna be, man. You never know if you're just gonna walk in there and hate it, or like that's the next job you're gonna like just succeed in.
Yeah, that's definitely true, man. I know I'm really happy for my career change. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's been an insane journey, man. We love watching your videos, dude.
Thanks, dude. I appreciate that. So what do you think you're gonna do next, man? Now that you have that freedom, that door.
The main goal is just to get some income coming in. Just I got like a warehouse job lined up. After that, I think I'm gonna start looking for like more office administrative positions because that's what I was doing. I was making really good money.
Yeah, that'll be cool. Is there any worry or fear about the job thing, or you're just taking it in stride?
I was worried at first, like the first couple of days I was kind of depressed. Like I didn't get out of the house. Um, I kind of just like sat here and was like, oh man, I got to worry about money. Like that's gonna be an issue. Um, but the friends that I got, they reached out and were like, hey, I'll put in a good word for you. I'll help you get on here. Don't stress about nothing. So I've been pretty lucky and thankful for that.
Yeah, that's really good. Hell yeah.
Talking about Eli, man, I do kind of know, not to the extent that what he went through, but when I grew up, I was going through like the foster care system, and so I got put in a lot of these like religious homes, and like I came from like a really non-religious like space.
Mm-hmm.
Like we never really did anything. We didn't go to church, and then just like you know waking up at 4 or 5 in the morning, going to church, and then like you just watch somebody like cry and scream on a podium, and like you're a kid, like I'm 6, 7, like I can't comprehend what's going on.
Yeah.
They're just telling me, they keep telling me I'm burning in hell, and it's like this crazy experience, and like you know most people they go like to church on like Sunday, maybe Wednesday, but they were putting me in homes where they would go like every day. Like they just wouldn't, like every day we're waking up early. Like I'm going before school. So I'm constantly tired as a kid. And like some places I went to, they were like really strict, like, they controlled what you watched on TV. Like I wasn't allowed to watch Power Rangers or anything because it had demons in it.
Power Rangers demons?
Yeah, like because like the monsters and stuff, they said like there's demons in the show, so they like blocked all the channels.
Damn, dude. That seems
Yeah,
fucked up.
that's just like that Southern Bible Belt kind of like uh, way of thinking, man. Like some of them, they just don't leave the church.
Yeah. Shit, man. So how did you? I mean, do you have a relationship with religion nowadays? Or?
I go to like a lot of music festivals and like I got real spiritual. I think
Tripping on acid
if
and
I
shit?
yeah, I love it, man. I think nowadays I just think that there is like a higher power, whatever it is. But I think more or less I'm focused on like energy with like nature and like the universe and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been a way better experience for me than, somebody telling me I'm going to hell.
Yeah. I guess would you want to share any wisdom with Chad about maybe how to find your spirituality if you're struggling with religious spirituality?
Keep an open mind, understand that every religion, has its good and its bad. Um, Definitely don't ever think that something's not for you. I think you should just sit down and just talk with somebody. That's the main thing is you never know. Just go out, explore, hey, go sit down with some people that are Buddhists, see what they do, they believe, they go through, and how they live their life. And maybe that's some way you want to live your life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I like that, man. Well, is there any closing statements or questions, comments, and concerns you'd like to give us?
Man, I just really like what you do, man. We always watch part of your videos every time they drop. Just man, keep doing what you're doing. We're gonna stay here. I'm rocking in.
Gang, dude.
Cold ass riding.
Cold ass riding, man. Thank you. I appreciate that, and I apologize for the delay on the main channel. I promise I've been working, dude. I promise it's coming.
Hey, no, man, nothing. Hey, fuck Sneeko.
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah. That guy, dude. When is that guy gonna fucking like? Oh my god. When is he just gonna sign the contract and fight me?
I don't know. He's always doing like training videos, and I always see him like really proud of himself. Like he benched 2 plates the other day on a clip. And I was just like, I mean, I guess, man. Like, what is this? What you're gonna do? You're just gonna train for a really long time and then fight Brandon Buckingham?
I mean, dude, it doesn't matter how like you train for fucking 25 years.
Man.
It does not matter.
Hey, bring the mayonnaise, dude.
Oh my god, we'll see. I got some stuff we got some stuff for that guy. That's for sure.
Hey, I'm excited for your Japan videos. Heard you talk about them. Man, I love watching just videos about Japan.
Yeah, I did. My brain is tired right now. But let me think. What is it called? I went to a place called, I think, Nishinari. That is like one of the only places in Japan that has like a bunch of homeless people, but the majority of them are actually living in apartments, but they just go outside at 6 in the morning and get drunk and piss and shit and masturbate in the street
Sounds like Austin, Texas.
in Japan. Yeah, that's like 6th Street.
Yeah,
That's
just
like
like
Sixth
Sixth Street.
Man, dude, 6th Street is fucking insane. That place is so fucked up. I've witnessed 3 shootings on 6th Street.
I went with my girlfriend one time, and she wanted to go get a tattoo on Sixth Street, and just like the amount of like crackheads just asking crazy questions were crazy. Like I've been to New York, I've been to LA, seen my share of like homeless people. But man, just Sixth Street, they were just like strung out and just like, I think the only thing that would come close is Portland, but that's about it.
Yeah, Chinatown in Portland, man. It's got that beautiful smell of piss, beautiful smell of shit. Boarded up,
Nicely fermented.
dude. Boarded up windows everywhere. Everything's destroyed. Everything's fucked up. Beautiful city. So, but it is a shame because Portland does have an amazing nature. It's like a city in nature. But yeah,
I went down to Eugene, and like I really liked Eugene. It's nice and clean. People are kind of like calm down. Nice hikes and nice mountains to
yeah.
go
Man.
explore.
Nothing's better than a fucking hike, dude. I love hiking. But yeah, I really appreciate you calling in, man. And I'm hoping that you get another job when the time is right.
All right, sounds good, man. Appreciate all the love.
Appreciate you, bro. Peace. All right, guys. Quick little miniature story time. I don't really know what that much that I can say about it, but I was beckoned by the World Mission Society Church of God to join their little crew when I was a freshman in college. I remember I was walking around campus. I was a bit bummed out. I was a bit sad. I was going through a breakup with my high school girlfriend, and some guy came up to me and was like, "Hey, can't help but notice you look sad. I wanted to come up to you and see if you want to do a Bible study." And I was like, sure. Like, yeah, I am sad, and yeah, I'll do a Bible study. And I did this Bible study with this guy. I can't remember his name, but we went to my dorm room, Erickson dorm at University of Maryland, Baltimore County, and I sit down with these guys, and they begin to tell me about how the world is going to end and how I need to essentially convert all of my friends and family to the World Mission Society Church of God, or they're all going to go to hell. And I think the end of times was coming in like 2015. And I'm sitting there listening to these guys and just looking at them. And I don't know. I guess they thought because I was sad I was going to be easy target or something. But dude, after about fucking 30 minutes with these dudes, I flipped the fuck out on these freaks. And I pretty much just told them I would like beat the fuck out of them if they didn't get away from me. And yeah, I like started flipping out at them, and I might even flip the table. I absolutely flipped out on these people because of how just gross they were being, and telling me I needed to give them money, and my parents needed to give them money, and we were all going to go to hell if we didn't. And I'm thinking like, yeah, am I going to believe you fucking dumbasses and change my whole life up to do your little weird freak thing? Or am I just going to tell you to eat shit? And I told them to eat shit, and that's my story with the World Mission Society Church of God. These people, I'm trying to see. They've said that they think the world is going to end a bunch of times, but I don't know. I remember looking them up after. This was in 2013, and there was all these posts about how they had brainwashed people and ruined their family and siphoned money from them. And I mean, dude, these fucking people. Yeah, like one of the first things that comes up is World Mission Society Church of God trafficking. But yeah, I was a wrestler at that time, and I was fully ready to just absolutely crush these people. So yeah, they couldn't get to me. They could not get to me. Let's see. Can I find out where it says? I don't know. They think the world's gonna fucking end like 40 times. They thought it was gonna end in 1988. They thought it was gonna end in 2012. I mean, they're just what the fuck? They're just complete pieces of shit. So yeah, that's my little story on that. And yeah, so I guess now is the time where I tell you guys that. Oh, Mike Hunt gave $2. Thanks for the $2, Mike Hunt. Thanks, Mike Hunt. That's the same group that was caught doing some very terrible shit to children. Man, when I tell you the look in the World Mission Church Society of Gods, these people's face when they looked at me, man, and they thought they had me because I was all sad. You know, I was sitting there with my deadpan face, looking sad, and they think they were gonna trick me, and they think they were gonna get me to do that. Man, it was. Oh my God, it made me so angry. It made me so fucking angry. So yeah, I don't know. If something seems too good to be true, or someone's trying to manipulate you into something, or trick you into just like some kind of fear-mongering tactic and lies, and when you ask questions, they don't have answers except more name-calling and fear. Man, I wouldn't trust that at all. I wouldn't, personally. So, you know, I think, God damn, I think that now is the time. I got some personal stuff going on, you guys. Some personal stuff. It's going to be all good, but I am not going to be able to be streaming for the next 3 days. The next time I can stream is going to be October 15th on a Monday. I know I told you guys that I was going to be doing it every day, and I can assure you I'm trying my best. I'm trying my best to do it every day, but it's just not possible, man. It is not possible with what's going on. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I will not be able to stream. If that lets you down, I'm sorry, but I will be in the gym. I'm going to get that workout in. I'm going to be sober. I'm going to be on my supplements, and I'm going to be doing what I need to do to be healthy. And yeah, I apologize if you guys miss me the next 3 days, but we'll be back on the 15th, and we'll have 2 more weeks left of this, man. I've been trying my best, and I've been enjoying showing up and talking to you guys, and just know that I would like to be streaming the next 3 days. So just know that. But I will see you guys on Monday, 6:30 p.m. EST. If you guys have any friends or anyone that wants to come on the stream, man, don't hesitate to reach out to Mustafa and send him your stories. Send him some messages. I'd love to have some more people on the stream. But yeah, I got some stuff I got to attend to, man. And look out tomorrow for the Juggalo 2023 Patreon cut, man. It's about 4.5 hours. And I think it'll be a good glimpse of how fucked up I've been, dude. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy, the ketamine and all. But I told you I'd do a forward roll. I don't really want to, but I will. I'm going to do a forward roll, and then, you know, whatever, dude. Then I'm going to end the stream. All right. Forward rolls on the fucking ground hurt, dude. The hard ground. But yeah, that's that, you guys. Appreciate you being here. Hope you have a wonderful time. Don't miss me too much while I'm gone. Thank you guys for everything. You know, if you want to stomp, kick, punch, stab the like button, treat them just like